p.m. on the dot. Meeting room will come to order. We're now holding the September 8th, 2025 meeting of the Cumberland County Fiscal Court, 4 p.m. Central Time, 3rd floor of the Cumberland County Courthouse. This time I'll ask our Magistrate of District 2 to lead us in a word of prayer, please.
Let's pray. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you this day thanking you for this day, Lord, and all that you've blessed us with, Lord. We're just thankful, Lord, for all the folks that have come out here to be a part of this meeting and the visitors, Lord. We're thankful for them. Lord, we just ask that you would be with us through this meeting, give us the knowledge and wisdom that we need and make decisions that would keep our county moving forward, Lord. Lord, we just pray that you would just be with the leaders of our state and the leaders of our country, Lord, and that they would look to you for guidance in their decision-making, Lord. Lord, we just thankful that for all the freedoms that we enjoy, Lord, and we just pray, Lord, that you would just watch over all of our servicemen and women that keeps these freedoms in place. Many times they've placed their lives in harm's way, and we just ask, Lord, that you would just wrap your loving arms around them and protect them in those times. Lord, be with their families in their absence, Lord. Lord, we just pray for the lost, pray for, Lord, that they would turn from sin before it's too late. Lord, we ask that as we go through this meeting and on through the further walks of life, Lord, that you would just be with us, guide, guard, and direct our lives in the way that you would have us to go. And these things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
If you would, please join us in the pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. This time I'll call the roll. This will also serve as a mic check. Magistrate District 1. Here. Magistrate District 2.
Here.
Magistrate District 3.
Here.
Magistrate District 4.
Here.
County Attorney Coleman Hurt.
Here.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much for being here. Gentlemen, it sounds like we've got some static on the mic, so if we do end up with that, just flip those off and then back on as you need to speak, please. Next item of business under general order will be letter D, approval of minutes from the recent meeting. We have meeting minutes from August the 11th. That's the regularly scheduled meeting that we held on August the 11th. I'll entertain a motion to approve those.
Motion.
So moved by the Magistrate of District 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Magistrate of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. This time we'll move into letter E, departmental reports. I'll ask our road supervisor, Mr. Ricky Melton, please come forward.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Keep that close to your mouth.
Anybody here? I'd like to start off with thanking the Cumberland County Water Department for the good job that they do, and always quick to respond. We're constantly using them, all these other utilities and everybody. We're calling them off, so we really call on the water company now. I appreciate them responding quickly, and I'd just like to thank the Fiscal Court and you, Judge, for putting together the things. We went to Head Start this morning and took some equipment out there that the little kids go through and sit on it, get pictures, and they really smiled. They had a big time. Ronald was in his district working this week, and so he gave up his time this morning for us to go in and spend a little time with them, make some smiles this morning. I appreciate you. Glad to get to do that. And our equipment, we've got our grader replaced, we've got a new grader, we've got a new backhoe, we've got it replaced. We didn't buy anything extra to keep, we just replaced it. So, and all that's looking good. Everything's going pretty good now. So, just any questions?
Any questions for the road supervisor? I know you said that there were lots of big smiles out there with the little people, but you all had some pretty big smiles on your face today, so I appreciate all the bigger people being there too, and how well you all handled it.
Yeah, it's enjoyment to see, all that, the kids having fun. It's really good this morning.
Really, really good. I agree. Any questions?
It gives those kids some idea of what you guys do and what kind of equipment you use and everything. And they're always thrilled to see big equipment most of the time.
And they did get to, I mean, it was really neat. They got to, every single one of them, I think, that wanted to, got to get up in the new backhoe. They got in one side, got their picture made, and then got to exit through the other side. So it was a pretty neat experience for them.
Yeah, one of the kids, he said, we had brought the mowing tractors out there also, and he said, that's a John Deere. He said, Daddy's got a John Deere. So they
Knew what he was talking about.
knew what the tractors were. Thank you, Judge.
We appreciate you doing that, Ricky. At this time, I'll ask our EM Director, Greg Carey, to come forward, please.
Paperwork-wise, it's a busy time. It's the end of the EM fiscal year. October 1st, we'll start the new fiscal year for Mercy Management. And so I'm actually closing up this year, getting started on the next one. And I've actually reached out to Capital Electronics, which is with Fiscal Signal, and trying to get we do an annual siren inspection and trying to get them on the calendar so they can get down and get that done for the end of the year.
Great. Any questions for the EM Director? ABC Officer, Junior Smith. Thank you, Greg.
Afternoon. Evening. For July, $380,935.28. Year to date, we're at $1,331,519.68. Regulatory fees collected for July, $18,741.39. Year to date, we're at $62,307.36. Everything's in order, going well, my knowledge.
Any questions for the ABC Officer?
No complaints I'm aware of.
Great. Thank you, Junior.
Thank y'all.
Cumberland County Jailer, Mr. Thomas J. Brown.
Thomas J. Brown, Cumberland County Jail. We had a total 38 runs in August, 27 to Dare, 1 to Taylor, 3 to Glasgow, 1 to Clinton, 2 to Shelby County, 1 to Allen, 2 to Hardin, and 1 to Louisville, for a total of 3,153 miles. As the first day of the month, there were 14 in the Dare County. As of today, there are 13. There was a total of 9 on home incarceration for a total of 142 days, saving the county approximately $512 jail fee.
Those numbers look good, Mr. Jailer. Appreciate what you and the judges and the county attorney are doing there. So appreciate that very much. Questions for the jailer? Mr. Jailer, there'll be another item of business a little later on in the meeting that will apply to you also. So appreciate you being here. Burkesville Mayor Laura Lurby.
I don't have anything. I just want to thank the fiscal court, your staff, and the civics club for their hospitality a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you, Mayor, and all of your council and your team. County Coroner Gary White. County Attorney Coleman Hurt.
No report, Judge.
Animal Control Officer Danny Gross.
If you remember, as bad as July was, August was reversed. August was very good month for us at the animal shelter. We picked up 9 dogs, all in the county, no city. 1 cat, it was from the city. 2 of the dogs were reclaimed. We found the local owners, and that goes back to the collar deal. Like if we had the collars on them, we didn't know who they belonged to. Of
Gentlemen,
those 9,
if you'll look on the back of your packet, you've got a sheet from the Animal Control Officer too, if you want to follow along there, in the very back. Sorry, Danny, go ahead.
of the 9 that we picked up, two of them reclaimed, we got one adopted out, and, me and Matt loaded up both trucks yesterday, the county truck and my truck. We took, 14 dogs to the Humane Society. They really helped us out. As of right now, at the shelter, I think we have, I was over today, I think we have, 14 dogs total. 4 of us from Cumberland County, 10 from Cleveland. And also to help them out and show them how we appreciated the Humane Society, we got a couple individuals, private money donation. It was a small donation, I think it was, but it helped them. They need cat food, they don't need dog food, but we purchased, I believe it was $114 worth of cat food, took over and donated to them. I've talked to Eugene, which kind of runs the shelter there from Clayton County Dog Warden, and he's going to talk to Clayton County, maybe try to come up with some kind of donation through the court. And if he does, I'll get back to you. I'll maybe match it or something.
Great. District 1, turn your mic off, see if yours is the one that's, okay. Tyler, if you would come around and change those batteries out, please. I want to mention this with Danny, Matt, Brian, our animal control team. This is a pretty big deal. Now, I know you all just heard that they just took 14 dogs over to a Humane Society. That means that that's 14 dogs. If this had been full right now, if the shelter had been full and we had 14 dogs to pick up, that means you've got to exit with 14 dogs too. Now, the unfortunate reality is that when you've got 14 dogs that do have to go out, there is an emotional cost to that and a financial cost to that. And at about $100 a dog, that's a lot more expensive than what it cost, and that didn't even cost Cumberland County taxpayers in the donations. Those came from private Cumberland County citizens looking to donate. So if you are an animal person and you do want to help kind of extend those timelines and show our gratitude to the Humane Society that's taking these other animals and saving Cumberland County taxpayer money, please see Danny Gross, Matt Aaron, or Brian O'Connor, any of our animal control team there. They have thought creatively about solving these problems, and you've done a fine job of it, Danny, so we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Any questions for Danny Gross? Thank you very much, sir. Our Civics Club Judge Executive Sadie Arterburn and her colleagues, they are at a volleyball game, so we have the Civics Club County Attorney for the report today.
Good afternoon. At this past month, we served 188 households with commodities. We held discussions with the City Council, the splash pad, which will be further discussed tonight. We met with Monroe County's Economic Development Board and their youth about the internship, starting another internship program and growing it. We met with Kentucky River Area Development District about the internship and spreading it again. We presented in front of the Kentucky Workforce Innovation Board, and the Kentucky Education Commissioner was in attendance. We discussed the program, and which this led to further conversations with people from Indiana. So.
Any questions for our Civics Club County Attorney? Thank you, Aiden. Moving on to old business at this time, Cumberland County Flex Fund submissions. Gentlemen, you have that list that was sent to you in a packet of probably a dozen or so pages, might have been just a little more than that. Do any of you have any corrections to that? I know a couple of you have made mention of Flex and LARP. I've got those identified. Anything else to add at this time? If not, I'll entertain a motion from this court to submit as what's been submitted to me goes to Frankfurt for that blacktop list.
So moved.
So moved by the Master of District 3, seconded by the Master of District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter B, District 3, this is a request there, second and final reading of a petition to close Frank Murley Road. We do have the appropriate petition signed by Ms. Evie Bowers. We also have the petition, the form signed by Ricky Melton as the road supervisor and our 2 road viewers saying that they've gone out to look at it, that it is allowable to remove that. We have also advertised in the Cumberland County News. Mr. County Attorney, I'll ask you, do you think that meets the requirements if the court votes to remove it and close it?
It does.
Thank you very much, Mr. County Attorney. At this time, I'll entertain a motion from the court, having had the second and final reading, to remove from county maintenance and close Frank Murley Road.
So moved.
So moved by the magistrate of District 3. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the magistrate of District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter C, notice of county road cleanup resolution. This is, if you all will recall, where we have some cemetery roads that previously have been maintained by Cumberland County Fiscal Court, or regular county roads that have been maintained by Cumberland County Fiscal Court, but have been left off of the State Transportation Cabinet's website. We cannot continue to maintain something that is not recognized as a Cumberland County Fiscal Court road. So this is where we've had the opportunity to clean up some of that. It is my understanding that members of the court are very, very close to having all of those roads in and measured and the documents signed by the appropriate parties. Is it correct in assuming then that members of this court would like a few more days, or my understanding maybe a week would do it based on conversations with Ricky and some others? Is that correct? Do we think that we can get all those remaining documents in a week and maybe a special call meeting?
Just
Let's push it down a little bit.
Think you can get them maybe by Monday of next week then? District 3 agree, District 4, District 2?
Ricky don't know what to do in the week.
Don't think you can do it in a week.
There's quite a few of them we need to go measure.
How much need,
Check the distance,
how much time do you think we need?
at least 2 weeks. Measure, check. Try to, try to fix what's got some.
Does it help? We've got, of course, several of our younger team members are, of course, helping with us. Of course, they can't start right at the start of the day because they've got school in the morning, and several of them that co-op with us. If we send them out with you then on, say, tomorrow, Tuesday, can we then pair them up and get them out there? I mean, if it's just a matter of the distance and measuring, we can put a couple of them with each of the magistrates and try to get those done then. Do you think there's any way we get them done by Monday that way?
I don't think we can. The best of mine just got one wheel, ain't we? Roll them off with.
Well, I've got a wheel that I bring.
The thing about it is,
You have one? Oh, so we've got 4 wheels total.
knowing where to actually run is, that's the problem. You might go out there and see the gravel stops here, and the road might go another 500 feet or 200 feet, blacktop ends, gravel continues on. And
Been quite a bit of confusion on stuff too. We've had to go back over a couple, 3 times.
what we've always maintained is, that's the catch to it. So,
Well, kind of what we did on mine was, just, you know, like the blacktop ends and it turns into gravel, and you've been maintaining 700 feet of gravel on to the end of it. You just, in the states only got to the end of the blacktop, just measure the whole thing off, measure how many feet of blacktop there is and then how many feet of gravel, so, and just
Whatever
add
we've
that to
been
it.
maintaining for a 15-year period or greater. Yeah, but again, Mr. County Attorney, correct me if I'm wrong here, this is not a way to backdoor, add on, or take off roads. This is, if we have been maintaining it for 15 years and it was an honest to goodness mistake and oversight, that's what this is. Mr. County Attorney, do you agree?
Yeah, in theory, these are roads that are already on the county. It's a record, it's a cleanup bill, it's a record.
Correct. And we get one shot at this, so it does need to be done right. Do you think then 2 weeks gets this?
Yep. It's we got a lot of them, I put them on the list, we got a lot of them highlighted.
3, 4 months.
The measures, if we looked at it, it's what I've got a question on. And, it's, some of it will be good, maybe.
Members of the court, can we get it done in 2 weeks?
I think. Do our best.
Okay. Okay. Then at this time, I don't necessarily need a specific date there, but as long as we've got agreement to look at that again, we will look at that again. I'll get a special call meeting scheduled. I won't tell you a date now because we'll look at 2 weeks out and make sure that we're tracking in a week from now.
Judge, like
Yes,
you
sir.
said, I mean, if the mattress didn't go, you know, one of them try to hold wheel or.
Oh, yeah.
Grab something, you know,
Yeah.
how that's been.
I know exactly how that's been. I've
It would
been
happen.
over it, yeah.
Probably me or Barry or Jared, somebody like that would have to go on
Sure.
the other to know where we've been going to.
Yeah. Yeah, and that'll be necessary for signing those documents anyway, to say that, yes, we agree, here's where we've maintained. Very good, thank you, Ricky, and all members of the court. Letter D, the second and final reading of the loan ordinance. Remember, this is taking care of the loans that we've inherited. We have to do this in order to move forward here with any type of new debt or financing things through like the backhoe and grader that we purchased. So this will be the second and final reading, then we'll have a vote after this one, and then we'll publish it. An ordinance approving a lease for the financing of a project, providing for the payment and security of the lease, creating a sinking fund, authorizing the execution of various documents related to such lease, and making certain designations regarding such lease. Anybody that would like a copy, naturally, of the full document is welcome to that, and then, of course, we will send that over to Cumberland County News as well as WKYR, so they have that courtesy copy as well. Gentlemen, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
Move.
So moved by the Magistrate of District 2, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Magistrate of District 3, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Moving on to letter E, the budget amendment. This is the second and final reading of the budget amendment. Gentlemen, you have that in your packets. I'll entertain a motion to accept that on its second and final reading.
So much.
So moved by the Magistrate of District 3, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Magistrate of District 2, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter G, the final item under old business, special purpose vehicle, second and final reading of that ordinance. Gentlemen, if you would, that should be in your packet. We're going to flip over. Ordinance of the Cumberland County Fiscal Court related to street legal special purpose vehicles, whereas 2025 KY Acts Chapter 89 herein after the Act became law on March 26, 2025 and allows the operation of street legal special purpose vehicles on certain highways within jurisdictions of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. If allowed by ordinance of the local government within those jurisdictional boundaries the highway is located within. And whereas the act becomes effective on Friday, June 27th, 2025, and whereas Cumberland County Fiscal Court has determined that it is appropriate to allow the operation of street legal special purpose vehicles on specified highways within the jurisdictional boundaries of Cumberland County in accordance with the act and this ordinance. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court, County of Cumberland, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Section 1, definitions. The definitions set forth in Section 1.1 of the 2025 KY Acts Chapter 29, as may be amended in the future by the Kentucky General Assembly, are adopted and incorporated by reference as set forth fully herein. Section 2, designated highways. Street legal special purpose vehicles shall be allowed to the extent permitted by the Act on all highways that are located within the jurisdictional limits of Cumberland County. Section 3, exceptions. Street legal special purpose vehicles shall not be allowed to operate on A, any highway or portion thereof located within the jurisdictional limits of Cumberland County unless allowed by this ordinance. B, on any highway or portion thereof that is a controlled access system, including but not limited to interstate or parkway, which we don't have. Or C, on any highway or portion thereof where the U.S. Department of Agriculture prohibits special purpose vehicles. Section 4, prohibitions. Letter A, a street legal special purpose vehicle are prohibited from traveling a distance greater than 20 miles on a highway displaying a center line or pavement markings. B, many trucks shall not be operated as street legal special purpose vehicles on a highway that has been constructed pursuant to the federal highway program. Section 5, effective date. The ordinance shall be effective September 8th, 2025, that's today. The foregoing ordinance, having received its first reading on the 9th day of June 2025, was given its second reading, and if passed by the Cumberland County Fiscal Court, becomes effective on the 8th day of September 2025. Gentlemen, at this time, I'll entertain a discussion of the ordinance. Hearing none, I'll now ask for a motion to adopt the ordinance as presented.
Motion.
So moved by the Magistrate of District 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Magistrate of District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Cumberland County News, I'll get you a copy of that right away for publication. Does any member of the court know of any further old business which should properly come before the meeting? Hearing none, we'll move to new business. Letter A under new business. A lot of these, as usual, will move pretty quickly. Cash transfers from the general fund to the jail fund. This is one of the lowest numbers that we've seen in 2.5 years, thanks to the county attorney, judicial judges, and the jailer, so appreciate this, an amount of $5,000. Is there a motion to approve that cash transfer? So moved by the Manager of District 2. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Manager of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Budget transfers are next. You have that one page of budget transfers in your packet. I'll entertain a motion to approve those.
Motion.
So moved by the Manager of District 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Manager of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter C, the warrant. This is the bills that we have for the last 30-day period. I'll ask for a motion to approve the warrants and pay the bills. So moved by the Manager of District 2. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Manager of District 1 to pay the bills. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter D, Budget Amendment 2025-26-02. You've also got that one-page document in your packet. I'll entertain a motion to amend that, those funds in to the Cumberland County Fiscal Court budget at this time.
Motion.
So moved by the Manager of District 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Manager of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter E. If you would, gentlemen, turn over in your packet, and you're going to see a resolution. It's dated September the 8th, 2025. Cumberland County Jailer, would you please come to the podium this time? You're also going to see in behind that resolution a fiscal court claim form, right in behind that resolution. Now, that resolution is something that's pretty exciting and should be pretty exciting to not just members of this court, but everybody in Cumberland County right now, because my understanding for the first time in a long time, if not the first time in forever's time, Cumberland County, thanks to the creativity of the Cumberland County Jailer and the help of Cumberland County Sheriff's Department staff and County Attorney and staff, they have tapped into a funding pool through the Commonwealth of Kentucky, where now, in the course of regular business, our jailer and his team are going to be bringing into Cumberland County an additional $1,000 or $1,000+ every single month. Now, with the total jail bill and transportation medical costs being $500,000, that doesn't cover 100% of it, but gentlemen, that's $12,000 to $15,000 that we didn't have before, and it's $12,000 to $15,000 that our jailer did not have to go after if he didn't want to. This is not going directly to him. This is no big benefit to him. He just knows from his time and nearly 2 decades on the court and now a couple terms as jailer, he sees the value in reaching outside of our county boundaries at the state or the federal level and bringing that money back in. So, Mr. Jailer, we appreciate that, and at this time, I'm going to read a resolution, and if the court will allow it, we'll then accept this and have this entered into the permanent record recognizing you and your team for what you've done. Fiscal Court recognizes the hard work by the Cumberland County Jailer and agrees to direct new Kentucky jail transportation payments to an expense account for the Jailer's Department. Resolution 2025-03, September 8th, 2025. Whereas the Cumberland County Fiscal Court recognizes that Cumberland County Jailer Thomas J. Brown has submitted paperwork to the Commonwealth of Kentucky for reimbursement on jail transportation. And whereas the Cumberland County Fiscal Court recognizes that without Jailer Brown's work, these funds would not be accessible to the county. And whereas the Cumberland County Fiscal Court firmly believes in exploring all opportunities to bring extra state and federal funding into Cumberland County, and whereas the Cumberland County Fiscal Court acknowledges that Jailer Brown has over 2 decades of experience serving the public, and this action further shows his commitment to being financially minded. Now therefore be it resolved by the Cumberland County Fiscal Court, Commonwealth of Kentucky, that the Fiscal Court hereby agrees to place current and future jail transportation checks from the Commonwealth of Kentucky into a Fiscal Court account that will be used to aid in the Cumberland County Jailer's professional duties while serving the public's interest. This account will be used for acceptable jailer-related expenses. At this time, I'll entertain a motion from the court to enter this into the permanent record and accept it. So moved by the magistrate from District 1, second by the magistrate from District 2. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Again, Mr. Jailer, thank you very much.
Let me correct something here. I believe on that, I messed up on incarceration.
Okay?
They was 9 for a total of 142 days, saving the county $5,012, I believe.
$5,012 in savings on home incarcerations. Let the record show that correction. Thank you, Mr. Jailer. We appreciate it.
I just want to thank everybody around me. I've had the best people they are. Holmes helped me. I couldn't have made it without you. This is something I said on the court, you know. I know about the budget, didn't have a clue about this other.
But we appreciate what you did to make it happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to letter F, under new business. If you would, our representative from the National Weather Service, if you would please come forward at this time. Hold the mic very close to your mic, very close to your mouth if you can, so we can hear you.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, Judge King, magistrates in Cumberland County here. My name is Mike Chasik. I'm with the National Weather Service out of Louisville. And congratulations, you all are now storm ready. Storm ready is a program that the National Weather Service certifies your county's severe weather plans, and you are held to a high standard of that preparedness. So County Emergency Management, Greg Carey and his crew have gone through the process to ensure they have multiple ways to receive warnings from the National Weather Service, but also multiple ways to push it back out to county residents, staff, and others in the county that are maybe passing through their EOCs and their warning points. So congratulations to you all for that. County EMA also goes through the process to ensure proper coordination with the National Weather Service. So you all are no stranger to severe weather here, of course, and you, Judge King, have come on surveys with us before, so that coordination continues, and we're proud of our partnership with you all here in Cumberland County. And then lastly, you have a good community preparedness plan. So you go out to fairs, festivals, other emergency prep, for folks, and that continues, and that's all part of Storm Ready. So approximately 90 counties in the Commonwealth out of 120 have gone through Storm Ready. So you're joining an elite crew of counties that are able to, but also are willing to meet it. Not every county is able or willing to meet the Storm Ready requirements. So congratulations there for all the great work you do. And I can say, Greg, you've been great to work with, and continue to be, and I'm proud of our partnership here. So a strong ally of the Weather Service. Hope that continues here for Cumberland County. So we can't make any county or community storm proof, unfortunately. I wish I could, but we can make them storm ready for when the next one comes. There will be a next time. So congratulations again for all your hard work. We give you one free sign here. This is storm ready for you all. This is a road sign. It's road sign compatible. You can purchase more if you'd like through our vendor. It's $50 a piece. A lot of counties choose to have these at the beginning or the exit points of their counties. If you kind of pay attention to the counties, they do similar things. You're also welcome to copy that. If it's cheaper for your road sign department, you're more than welcome to copy and cut your own. But it kind of depends on the sheet metal pricing at the time, but sometimes it's cheaper just to order through us. So if you're interested in that, I can get you the information for that as well. And then we also have a certificate here of completion. For you, Greg?
Great.
I don't know if you want to do an old Derby grin here. I saw we were taking pictures.
I would definitely like if the newspaper would get a picture of you two right now, if that's possible. And then if you have time, if you can stay for the duration of the meeting, then I'd like a picture of the sign or certificate, you all with us.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We can certainly do that. So. Congratulations, Cumberland County.
Thank you very much. And thanks for all the help in the process. We appreciate that. Gentlemen, any questions with respect to letter F under new business? Hearing none, we'll now move on to letter G, review of the splash pad bid packet. That was sent out, of course, earlier for you all to review. Gentlemen, you all will notice we've updated the dates in here. We've got several things that have changed. We've got a couple of things that we still need to update. You'll notice in one part, any of those parts where it says we'll have until May 8th, we changed those to October 9th. That's when the bids will be due now. 3 p.m. bids will be due on October the 9th. This would be in time for our regularly scheduled fiscal court meeting on October the 13th. You all will also have no doubt noticed that we've added into this particular bid packet a couple things, and we've still got some questions that we need to answer here tonight so that we can send this out then the latter part of this week to some of our recommended bidders and then some folks that have expressed interest. This bid packet calls for, if it's out at the northern part of town, the bathrooms to be quoted with it. Now, if the bathrooms are quoted with it and it's only the splash pad in the bathrooms, then that will mean our setup is pretty similar to Columbia, City of Columbia and Adair County, where you've got a rectangular splash pad, and then at one end of the splash pad, you've got a men and women's restroom, and then in between is where you've got your mechanical room, okay? If it goes down at the city park, that's where we can have just the bid packet for just the splash pad. Now, what I will tell you, other than a little bit of time, ink, and paper, these bid packets don't cost us a whole lot. But not asking for the right kind of bid can cost us a whole lot. Now, I know that when we put it out earlier, we had a little different bid packet and we had one location. We've had the conversation with the city council, and I'll echo what the mayor said earlier, and I know that the Civics Club Judge Executive was in earlier today, and she said these very same things. I don't know at any time, and folks here can shake your head, yes, we agree, or no, we disagree, but I don't know of any time in probably anyone's lifetime in this room where you had 100% of the city council and city team, and then 100% of the county fiscal court and county team in attendance discussing, frankly, any issue, especially something for the youth of Cumberland County. So I don't think that can be overstated. I think that bodes really well for Cumberland County, the city of Burkesville, and our working partnership there. I do think, based on the Master District 2, since you were also present, I'll let you speak to this if you think I'm incorrect here. I think that one of the existing concerns and a growing concern with down at the city park is going to be that footprint that it takes up with River Festivus, Bluegrass Festival, Little League not as much because they just do their pitching on that particular piece of ground. And then some of the other activities that you've got down there, naturally, if we take up the land with the splash pad, it can't be used for something else, but it's also not 10 acres that we're taking up down at the city park. So that is something that I think we've got as an option. If you all do choose to have that where we bid it out a couple different ways, we can certainly see what those bids come back. That doesn't cost us any extra to get multiple bids or a variation of those bids. But we do need to decide how we want to bid it. I will tell you, one benefit that we've got to the northern end of town is going to be the bigger footprint if we're going to do a phase 2 or a phase 3. I will tell you, if it is this court's opinion that it's a splash pad and hard stop, if we're not doing anything else, if we're not working on that phase 1.5, 2, and 3, then the city park is going to be something we really need to figure out how to make that work without it hurting River Festivus, Bluegrass Festival, Little League, and some of those other activities down there. I am optimistic that if we get what we'll call an anchor, which would be the splash pad, out on the northern end of town, then we've got that opportunity for the pavilion. We've got some local contractors that I think are interested in that as well. I think as much of this as we can keep local, we certainly need to try. I don't think there is a reason not to try that, with money working out, of course. But I know that the city has got the pickleball courts on their agenda as far as looking to move forward with that. We probably don't want to reinvent the wheel and duplicate efforts like we were talking about 2 years ago about putting the pickleball courts out there. But some type of program where you've got youth of various ages and adults and even seniors that can take advantage of that piece of ground would be ideal. So again, if you're going to move forward on the splash pad at that location, I do think we need to look with an eye toward the future. I would be very interested, and it was an excellent suggestion last week when we met down here at the city park after our joint meeting with some of those interested parties who use the park for a lot of things. They had suggested that maybe we reach out to the area development district and see if they can look at both locations and plot that out, lay that out for us on a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 out there, or draw it out down here to see what we're looking at, so that we can share that with the public and let them see, here's how this would look, here's how this would work. I will say, thanks to the mayor, her leadership, and members of the council and their open-mindedness to this, we are in a much, much, much stronger position as a city and county to do this than either of us would be on our own. They have agreed to cover the water, if legally permissible to do so, to cover the water at either location, one of those locations being much easier than the other. They've also agreed dollar for dollar on maintenance costs to match us there. That is a tremendous benefit. Now, naturally, we're funding it all up front, so that's a benefit that we provide back to them. But I do think we've got something that the people of Cumberland County and the city of Burkesville can be really excited about, and I thank you all and all members of the council for getting us to this point. So with that, what additions do you have for the bid packet, and what forms would you like for bids to come back in? What type of bids would you like to see?
Well, I'd like to see a bid with restrooms included in it for that end out there, because, you know, when I look at it, of course, you've got a lot of kids coming down here, and if they do the pickleball courts, there's gonna be a lot of things to do down there. But I look at it from the standpoint too, you know, cosmetically, that end of town looks better than it did 40 years ago. And their school, you know, it's got a new facelift and everything out there on that end. Now, being that's in Rondell's district, not mine, I'll brag on it anyway. But I can see on down the road having some added attractions to that.
I agree.
That this would, if it's put out there, that it would allow us to do. And you know, you might have some kind of bikers rally or something going on down in this part that some folks might think, well, this is not a good situation for small kids. They go visit the other park. It gives an option there. So, you know, and I was really well pleased with the meeting we had with the council and the mayor. I think all of us have one goal in mind, and that's to do something to improve our county for the youth in the county. And out there, we've got the option that we can go ahead and do some things for the middle-aged, the older kids, the middle-aged, and the elderly people too on down the road. It's not gonna happen overnight, but I think in a few years, we could see a really nice park out there. So, you know, that's just my thoughts on it.
Agreed. And so you would be in favor of the current bid packet where it's got it, that location and restrooms, is that correct? Okay. Magistrate District 1, 3, or 4?
I'd like to see a pavilion built with it, you know, if it's possible.
Included in the bid packet?
It gets included.
What would be your thought process because we don't want to end up where we have one bid that's got all this in it, and then we have to start trying to break stuff out, causing delays. What would be this court's opinion if we had the bid packet as splash pad and restrooms? And then if we have a bid packet that has splash pad or a pavilion without restrooms, because if we're going to already have restrooms for the splash pad, there's no sense in having double sets. And then we can take those bids, and if the bids come back in where we've got the funds for both, we do both. If we don't have the funds for both, we don't do both. Do you see any issue with that?
No.
District 2, 3, or 4 on that. What about you?
We just need to know a size.
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't see a problem with taking two bids. That way, if one comes back too high, then you're not eliminating the whole thing, you know. But I will say, if we can get something down there, that'll give us a lot more options as far as going forward, is getting some help on and stuff.
And I'll also mention to you another benefit of kind of breaking these things up and then requesting bids to come in. If you've got somebody who can build a splash pad, that's not necessarily the same group that can build a pavilion or that builds a pavilion every day, or vice versa. So we've got some folks here locally, definitely, that can build pavilions and do a really good job building stuff like that. I don't know how many splash pads that they would have installed, so I think that makes it a little more local in their bidding process too. District 3 and 4,
I agree with Lane Cove.
having the bid out with restrooms
Yeah.
with it. Okay.
I think, just putting something like that in a town, and it is a beautiful end of town. And if we could get something out there, more stuff might come.
I think more stuff will come, yeah, I think absolutely will, when you have an anchor like that. And then-
Anything you can get,
I agree. I also think, and again, not to belabor the point, but I know there's been a lot of talk about, well, why don't they put it here, why don't they put it there? And those, I'm sure, are perfectly legitimate questions. We've not heard all the questions that have been asked, city council's not heard all the questions that have been asked, but naturally, we're all hearing some of that. I want every single person who watches this or that's in the crowd to know now, the city council and the Cumberland County Fiscal Court have explored tirelessly how to make this work and how to outlast every single one of us. This is not a credit to them, a credit to us. It's a credit to those future generations of Cumberland Countyans who get to enjoy something like this. So I do want that to be known. And again, I cannot stress enough, if bids come back in and we move forward on that northern end of town, if that's the case, it's not the Cumberland County Fiscal Court saying that the city park is not a good location. It's the Cumberland County Fiscal Court saying, we recognize with all the other good things that the city park has and that they showcase, we don't want to step on someone else when we have another suitable location that we can hopefully build out as an additional community park. Does that make sense?
I think the council would agree with me on this. None of us is looking for credit for this, but if any credit's given out, it ought to be given to the youth that got the ball rolling to begin with.
I agree with that. And largely, and this is not to overlook any member of the council or the court, I mean, it wouldn't matter how loud their voices were had you all not heard them. So I appreciate that, and I know they do as well. Anything final? Okay, if not, with those recommended changes to the bid packets, and then that means we'll have 2 bid packets that go out, if I understood that correctly as far as the recommendation, I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
Motion.
So moved by the manager of District 2, seconded by the manager of District 1. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter H, consideration of judge executive nominations. I have a nomination for tonight, and then gentlemen, you need to be prepared at the next meeting for several nominations. I'm very excited about the next set also, but first one that we'll do, we've got a nomination from the Cumberland County Library Board. They send us 2 names. One of the names that they sent us is already serving on another Cumberland County board, committee, or commission. You know our internal policy is that folks are limited to one of those, so that means the other name is the name that I'm putting forward. That's Miss Carolyn Smith for a new 4-year term, I'll entertain a motion from this court to confirm Miss Carolyn Smith.
Motion.
So moved by the manager of District 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the manager of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Now, let me make this comment about a very exciting committee that will be formally recognized at the next meeting, the Business Recruitment and Retention Commission. This is hand in hand with the Cumberland County Civics Club, Cumberland County Internship Program, and all of the work that you all are doing with youth development here in Cumberland County and bridging the gap. The last meeting that we had with the Kentucky Workforce Innovation Board, that is the 40-ish member group that advises Governor Beshear on the whole state and workforce development for the state. What you all have done in Cumberland County in partnership with the City of Burkesville and in partnership with the Civics Club is truly bridging a workforce and labor gap that counties and cities across the state are now trying to adopt. But one of our remaining gaps is when they age out of the program, where do they go? Now, we have with us this evening the chairman of that commission who's agreed to do that. We got him appointed the last meeting, I believe Mr. Hayward Adams, an incredibly successful business owner here in Cumberland County, he will be heading up that group of other incredibly successful business owners and leaders in Cumberland County, so that when these youth are participating in the program, they can be coordinating with that commission, prepared for the end of the program, so that when they leave it, they're ready to accept work elsewhere. And they know about those opportunities, so that if it doesn't work for them, they have a group of 70, 80, 90, or 100 peers that they can now play that game of, well, did you know this job was available? Did you know this job was available? Because not that many members that are under 20 years old are reading the paper or maybe listening to the local radio. So this is a way to tap into that and to further do what no other counties around us have been able to do yet. Any questions on that, gentlemen? Thank you for that, and again to Chairman Adams for being here with us and agreeing to head that group up. Letter I, you'll notice, gentlemen, a Gov Deals printout. It should be about 4 pages in your packet, 3 or 4 pages there in your packet. This is the 2001 CAT motor grader that we have surplused. I did put that to be approved by us, so that means that you all need to be willing, if you want to sell it, you need to be willing to accept the high bid of, I think it ended up being $33,500 for a piece of equipment that we no longer need. I think $33,500 is a decent amount of money. And I would ask at this time for some member, any member of the court, to make a motion and allow me to approve that sale and send it on its way. So moved by the Magistrate District 3, seconded by the Magistrate District 1. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. We will use those funds, a portion of those funds, as well as a portion of the backhoe funds that we got in, and the $2,000-ish that we got from surplusing that old U.S. Navy forklift to help pay down the debt that we incurred as a result of recent equipment purchases.
Is that what the
Really appreciate it.
forklift brought, 2,000?
2,200-ish.
That's my next question.
Yeah, it stayed at $110 or so for a long time, and it ended up at 2,200, so that was great. Did you want it? No. Okay. I was pleased with what it brought. We'll move on now to Cumberland County property tax rate submissions. We have in the crowd with us several folks today, and I appreciate that. As we go through these, I'll be asking if we have representatives from these taxing districts, if you would please come forward to present. I'll be going off of the rate sheet that was provided by the Cumberland County Fiscal Court Clerk. Appreciate him putting all this together. This is a very busy time of the year for these taxing districts and for the clerk. At this time, gentlemen, while I'm asking a representative from the ambulance district to come up, I will tell you all that our tax rates that you approved at the last meeting, we took the compensating rate. You'll see those at the very top of this rate sheet. Take one and pass it down, please. You'll see it at the very top of the rate sheet. Ours for real estate is 3.2, auto and watercraft 9.3, personal property 3.2. Again, that's the compensating rate, so that results in a bit of a tax break for the residents on the Cumberland County Fiscal Court line. At this time, the ambulance district, if you would, please present your rates.
Good afternoon, Court. I'm representing the ambulance district. The board met on July 31st. Our rate set last year was 0.45 for $100 of assessed value for property rates. The board did vote to accept the compensating rate, which for this year was 0.04. So even though there's a reduction in rate, it didn't really result in any loss of revenue. So we accepted the compensating rate. The motor vehicle and boat rate is taxed at 10 cents per $100 anyway. So it stays the same.
Any questions for our representative from the Cumberland County Ambulance Service Special Taxing District? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. This time, I'll ask the library board to come forward. Library board representatives, please come forward. And while she's making her way up here, gentlemen, let me remind you, you're not necessarily approving these rates. You're approving that these rates be printed on the Cumberland County property tax bill. You have virtually no say in what their rates are. You have a say in if they get printed on the property tax bill. Ashley, if you would, proceed.
Hey there, my name's Ashley Norris. I am the director of the library. My board met on August 14th to adult tax rates, they took the compensating rate. So for real property, it decreased to 5.4 from 5.5. Personal property decreased to 6.36 from 6.55. And then motor vehicle will remain the same at 4.36.
Questions for the library representative? Thank you very much, Ashley. Thanks for what you all do. Your programming is really, really good. Appreciate that. This time, I'll ask a representative from the Extension District Board to please come forward.
Good afternoon. I'm Debbie Messenger. I'm representing the Extension District Board. Our board met on August 27th and elected to keep the same rates as was set last year. So real property is 5.6, personal property 9.12, motor vehicle 3.69.
Any questions for the Extension District rep? Thank you very much, Debbie. Appreciate that. Cumberland County Board of Health, we voted on theirs last time. Do they have a representative? Okay, gentlemen, you've got those rates in front of you that will be included, but again, they had theirs submitted, you voted on theirs last time. Cumberland County School Board, gentlemen, you've got those rates in front of you also. We have not voted on those, but again, those are on there already. And then Soil Conservation, representative from Soil Conservation, please.
I'm Jeff Mowers with Soil Conservation. I'm the chairman. And we had a meeting on August 21st. And for a tax increase, we're asking for a tax increase from 0.02 to 0.03. And we hadn't had one in 20 years. So we had a meeting on August 21st. And nobody come to the meeting. And so that night we...
No members of the public, right?
What's that?
No members of the public came to the meeting. You all were all there, yeah.
None of the public,
Yeah.
correct.
Very good.
All our board members.
Yeah.
And so that night we decided to ask for a tax increase. So I guess we're asking you to put it on the tax bill for Cumberland County.
At 0.03, correct?
0.03.
Okay. And I would like, if I may, Mr. Chairman, at this rate, moving to that rate and all the work, and I think you've got several members of your board here, all the work that you all do, this rate still puts you all the lowest on the Cumberland County property tax bill.
Right, correct. And I think we told you last year, over the last few years, we brought over $4 million into the county through our office.
Hold that mic up closer and say that number one more time.
We have brought over $4 million into the county through our office.
Very good.
And we're probably one of the few taxing districts that bring some money in, you know.
And I think that's a credit to your executive secretary and all members of your board.
That's
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I think this year, I know just through the one program brought in 120,000. So, and we've got several other programs too that brought a lot in. It's over 200,000 this year we brought in.
Appreciate that very, very much. Appreciate you being here to present.
Yep.
Any questions for the chairman? If not, thank you very much, sir. We will, at this time, you have the sheet in front of you in its entirety and all of the rates. I will again remind every member of the court, you do not necessarily have authority to change any of these rates. The authority that you have vested in you is to decide if you want them printed on the Cumberland County property tax bill that gets mailed out to Cumberland County property owners. Again, your authority is limited to printing it on the bill. So at this time, I'll ask if you have any questions or comments on the rates in front of you. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented to you at this meeting and the previous meeting, the property tax rates for this year.
Motion.
So moved by the Magistrate of District 4. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Magistrate of District 1. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you very much. And again, to all those representatives and for all of the work that you do for the people of Cumberland County, thank you for being here and that continued good work. Letter K under new business. District 1, petition for potential closure of Chowning Road. Magistrate District 1, that is in your district. Do you have any reason to think that this shouldn't constitute a first reading to remove from county maintenance and to close the road, Chowning Road in its entirety?
No reason it shouldn't be.
And Magistrate District 2, 3, and 4, if you have roads in your district that you would also like to remove from the county road system, I challenge you to find as many of those as possible and all the people that want them off, and let's do that. Lighten that load just a little for our road department. This will constitute a first reading for the removal and closure of Chowning Road in its entirety. We do have the signatures that have been presented to this office and the Cumberland County Attorney's Office, my understanding. Is that correct, Mr. County Attorney?
Yes.
So we do have that. We will need to advertise. We will send road viewers out for that. Then we'll have a second and final reading and a vote. Appreciate your leadership on that, Magistrate District 1.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Letter L under new business, annex equipment and appliance update. I have nothing new to report there. Once I do have something new to report there, I'll be bringing that forward if and when I do. Letter M under new business. These will go pretty quick. These are just reminders. Reminder of the Cumberland River Bluegrass Festival. If you like bluegrass music or you don't like bluegrass music, I hope you still come out September 18th and 20th to the Burkesville City Park to hear a lot of really good music and have a lot of good fellowship there with some locals and some folks that are a little less local. Letter N, reminder of Dumpster Day, September the 19th. That's a Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Time, and September 20th, 7 a.m. until noon. Specifically want to thank every single member of this court for moving Dumpster Days from a one-day event where it was held largely during business hours to now a Friday event and half-day on Saturday. That has certainly increased our participation, and I have yet to hear anybody complain about having more opportunities to throw things away. So thank you for that. Letter O, reminder of Cumberland County Town Hall. That date has been set for September 25th, 5 p.m. at the Cumberland County Senior Center, directly behind me at the Veterans Memorial Center near the Burkesville City Park. That will be 5 p.m. I do want any of you that can make it to be there. That will be an opportunity for you all or peers in Cumberland County to ask questions. If you're looking for status updates on things, you want to know, well, what's the process for this? What's the process for that? We hope to see you there and hear those questions then. Does any member of the court have any new or unfinished business which should properly come before us at this time? If not, oh yes.
Marybone Parks Festival, September 27th.
What time does it start, Master District?
About 10 o'clock, start 10 or 11. Start having food, yeah.
10 o'clock, 10 a.m., Marybone Fall Festival.
Yeah. September 27th.
September 27th.
What is it?
Marybone Fall Festival.
At Clark?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring anything, do anything? Okay. All right, Jeff says he's got everything taken care of there. If you'll just come have a good time, he'll take care of it. If there's nothing further, a motion to adjourn would be in order. So moved with Magistrate District 3. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded with the Magistrate of everywhere. We'll call it District 2. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you all very much for being here.